When you observe Manchester United from afar, does it look to you like the impossible job?
Well, I think I don't think anything's impossible, but obviously jobs are difficult. That's just the reality of life in the Premier League. If you're a big club like Manchester United and you're not in the top six, then there's always going to become scrutiny. I think sometimes you have to look past the results and performances. They've missed a lot of chances. They haven't quite maybe got the points that they think they could have got. Sometimes teams go through that. You think you can perform your XG, but you don't. And then you get a bad day like they did yesterday, and all of a sudden the clouds can come over pretty quickly, and that's what they have to face.
Well, like you said, under siege, and it feels like with every Manchester United defeat, the manager becomes under more pressure, Graham. Give us an idea of what that's like. You've been there in your last outing at Chelsea in charge of a big club where every defeat is a crisis.
Sure, yeah, and I think the challenge is to try to have some perspective, to try to rationalise what's actually happened, to speak logically. After a game, everybody's emotional, of course, because football is about emotions, it's about feelings. Fans are hurting, they want to have answers, they want to blame somebody, and sometimes it is the manager, and sometimes, of course, we make mistakes and we're not perfect. But it's part of the job, it's part of what we sign up for. And I'm sure Erik would say the same. It's what he expects at Manchester United. If you don't win, or you don't play well, or you lose, then people are going to be critical. I think it was one of those games, whoever lost that game felt like they were going to be under pressure. It wasn't so long back that people were talking about Ange, about no tactics or no plan B, and all of a sudden he's won 4 in the trot, and now all of a sudden everything's great for him. It's flipped the other way. So you can't win unless you win. I think that's the thing. You need to try and get enough results to keep you guys at bay. And in the meantime, try to. I'm saying you guys, but you know what I mean. And then you've got to work with your players and stick to what you want to do, and take the club forward as best you can.
Another really tough week for them. They've got Porto, then they've got Aston Villa. Now, you've got someone in the camp in Dan Ashworth that you've worked with before. You know a lot about his processes. Would you be confident that he has the skills, the ability to help steer Manchester United out of these difficult waters, back to their former glories?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Dan's probably part of a team there as well. I think he'll want to support, he'll want to help. That's my experience with Dan. I don't know anything about the context of Manchester United, but I think my experience of Dan working with him at Brighton was he was very supportive. He would challenge at the right time, but want to help and be there for you. So I think football clubs, have to create conditions for coaches to be successful as well, and that's what he'll try to do as best as he can.
I hate to put you on the spot again, Graham, but it was much talked about this summer that Manchester United were having a lot of conversations with different coaches about replacing Erik ten Hag. Were you among those that had a conversation with United?
I think what I've read so far in the media, a lot of it's untrue and false. I think I'm the only coach in world football that's been linked with Stoke City and Napoli in the same week. So I take what the media say as with a pinch of salt, and I think I've had lots of conversations with lots of people, and I think for the respect of everybody, it's best that I keep those private.
Kind of challenge you might welcome though, or not?
No, I'm sitting here enjoying this challenge of answering your questions. That's where I'm at the moment.
The good news is there's a commercial break on the way.
Fantastic.